you. This is one product I use on everything. What's cool about this, it gets on the component or whatever you're working on, and it evaporates immediately. Let's show you. This is the electrical cleaner for this electrical part. I mean, that should be sprayed to the fuel injectors. This I'm gonna replace, but first I'm really eager to get this engine started and running to see how it's operating, because I did a lot of stuff to it. Maybe not really to the average person, but since I'm not an average person, this one I got from the junkyard. I'm not sure if this is going to be good. It looks all dark and yucky. So STA-BIL fogging oil. Well, it fogged my cylinders. And then this electronic cleaner. So my original plan was to make sure everything on the top of this engine was clean and put together before I finished the bottom of the engine. So I just suggest, like, if you ever have a method to where you're going to do, make sure you follow it, not get distracted, just get the business done. You know, just a couple sprays. And you know what, I'm not going to be putting spark plugs in here probably for another couple days, because I have to work. I do 12-hour shifts, so pretty much all I have time to do is work during that day and go to sleep or do domestic stuff around the house. So here we go. The steering shaft is right there, so it's kind of hard to get a good spray in there, but sorry you missed that. Gosh darn it, let me try it again on this one. Anyways, this can's almost empty, but this stuff is really cool to get corrosion off of all that stuff, whatever. This Blazer has not been started for nearly 6 months. I believe it's August, September, October, November, December, January, February. I don't know, 6-7 months. So it's time. I got really distracted because of the oil plug. Let me show you the oil drain plug. See, it's still leaking, but I wrapped some Teflon tape around there, and I just plugged it in. You know, it's at least not leaking like a sieve, like leaking really much, but I should have. The other thing too I wanted to mention is that, you see, when you crank the engine, unplug the when you crank the engine to prime the oil pump, it's important that you unplug the fuel injectors. Because of me being in a hurry and not thinking ahead, I left these plugged in, and all the dirt, there's a lot of dirt and stuff in this carburetor that just got into the engine. So it's kind of working backwards, but I'm pretty sure as soon as I start it and run it and make sure everything's operating properly, I'm going to change the oil again anyways. Even change the oil filter again. But basically what I wanted to show you was this product right here. This it's cool for getting rust off. Let's see. I know this is probably almost empty. I like how it fizzles. It's really cool. So if you have corrosion all over your engine, get this stuff, dude. It's very dude or dudette, whoever. It's pretty cool stuff. Wonder if it'll help. Anyways, but this has oil in it according to the instructions, and there's also directions on the can that tells you how to use it. But since this hasn't been running, I'm just gonna kind of do it a modified version of it. The other day I did crank the engine and put this in the cylinders and crank the engine to kind of lubricate and get some of the product circulating. And then this also, I think that's the one I'm going to use, is this one. These are connected to the air filter housing. See? It goes right here through the, oh, this goes, yeah, it goes like this. I believe it might go like this actually, but I took pictures of air filter housing from the pick apart so I can know how to put this back together. I took this off thinking I was going to go get it sandblasted, but to get this sandblasted was going to cost me a couple $100, and so I was like, no, it's cool. I'm just going to put it on like that. It should still function even with all that rust on it. But I have another product that I've been using. Actually, I just saw this at O'Reilly's the other day, and I said, cool, everything in the description sounds like something I could use. Lubricates and protects cylinders, and it has a long nozzle on there. I already sprayed the cylinders, and I'm going to actually spray the cylinders again just for the sake of the video. But let's look at this. See this axle right here? See, it fizzles. It's very cool. It fizzles. This is a really cool product. I also have a Audi A8 that was very corroded, man. It was nasty, and this stuff just fizzled the nizzle grizzle on it. But anyway, so I'm gonna go up here. You see I already kind of sprayed everything, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the nozzle right down the middle. You see? I don't know if you can see it, a hole in there. You know, I took the spark plugs out of this engine because I was doing the rod bearings, and of course you don't want the spark plugs in there because it's just it's just causing more strain, or not strain, I can't even think of the good terminology, but anyway. So you spray it right here into the cylinder. Well, this is all the time I have today to deal with the S10 Blazer. I hope you got a little bit of information to help you with your S10 Blazer or S10 whatever 4.3 V6 engine. Remember, when you do anything with the crankshaft, you want to disconnect the belt and take out the spark plug so you can freely rotate it. And that's how I did the rod, connecting rod bearings. But we don't know really the outcome yet. But I sprayed some stuff in the cylinders to help with the corrosion, because this engine been sitting for some time. And I want this to run properly so I could get to and from A and B with no problem. And if anybody out there knows where to get another one of these, the filter, let me know, because I cannot find it anywhere. And also the oversized oil plug too.